In this episode of Wisconsin Foodie, we visit Madison, Wisconsin for the World Cheese Championship. With over 2,500 cheeses from around the world, this group of esteemed and international judges must select the top 3 cheeses in the world. We meet some of the judges that happen to also be the biggest names in the cheese industry, from buyers to writers and cheesemakers to mongers. One of those makers is Marika Penderman of Holland Family Farms. She gives us a tour of her farm as well as her philosophy in cheesemaking and raising comfortable Gouda cows. Then, we return to the cheese competition to see the final judging and eventual winners. All of that and more on this episode of Wisconsin Foodie. Wisconsin Foodie would like to thank the following major underwriters for their support. Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, representing the dairy farm families of Wisconsin who fostered a proud history with generations of family-owned dairy farms, working to sustain the state's economy through job growth and providing acclaimed cheeses and other dairy products. For more information on Wisconsin dairy, visit eatwisconsincheese.com.
There are a few unequivocal qualifiers in every discipline. Entertainment's got its Oscars and Golden Globes, and for cheese, specifically artisanal cheese, this World Cheese Championship is just that. It happens once every 2 years, but it is an international prize of unheralded acclaim. These cheeses are, without question, the finest of the finest, the most treasured, and they've made their way to Madison, Wisconsin. And at some point tonight, these extraordinary artisans, these farmers, these craftspeople, out of them, someone's going to be named a winner.
Good morning, everybody. We're glad to see you here today to watch us do our judging for the World Championship Cheese Contest.
I've been at this is the 29th year that I've been involved in the judging of the cheese for the Wisconsin Cheesemakers Association. We're in the midst of judging 2,504 pieces of cheese here today. Oh, I love it. Well, I meet a lot of people and I enjoy seeing all the new kinds of cheeses that are coming in. There's so many more specialty type cheeses nowadays, and it's interesting what cheesemakers can come up with.
My name is Sarah Hill. Basically, I'm the national educator. I travel the country extolling the virtues of amazing Wisconsin cheeses. So you can see they've got the cheese laid out, ready for the judges. Once they have been judged, they mark them very carefully with colored dots so that they know they have been judged and they can go back to the storage site. This table is doing spread cheese, all different spreads from around the world. Next we have the marbled curd cheeses, which are the Kojaks of the world. So they're using 2 types of curd. Well, in Wisconsin, it's very special because they take cheese and dairy products so seriously here. And it really is about the sustainability of the dairy farmers and really of the cheesemakers. And they need each other so much, and they work together so closely. The dairy farmers need to know that those cheesemakers are going to buy their milk, and the cheesemakers need to know that those dairy farmers are really making sure that their milk is the highest of quality. Because you can't get great cheese if you don't have great milk.
Oh, the process of judging is you look at the product first to see how it's presented to you, open it up and take a sample of it, and you look at the cheese itself, if there's any defects or holes that aren't supposed to be there or some that should be there or not. Then you feel it, your body and texture, whether it's grainy or too hard or too soft. And the last thing you finally do is you taste it. And that, of course, is the most important thing. It has to really taste like the cheese that you're looking at is supposed to taste like. Why don't we take a look at these guys right here? When you, the cheese is stored in the back behind the curtain, and there's a volunteer back there that'll bring the cheese up to the judge. And these gentlemen have been looking at it since about 11 o'clock this morning, and I'm sure their tasters are in good condition. Most of these people are from the cheese industry, and a lot of them are buying cheese for a company or selling cheese for a company or manufacturing it, that type of thing. People that are doing hands-on work. Here we've got a new kind of cheese that is becoming quite popular, queso fresco. It's a Mexican type of cheese, if you will, a softer variety. And you notice we have a man from Mexico helping us judge here.
Every cheese here is a winner until we score it or show it to be something less than a winner. You treat every single cheese with the absolute respect that it deserves. And I think that pretty much sums it up for me. I mean, we all live off the backs of these cheeses, because they're famous, because they have high value, because they do good things for farmers. Cheese is special, and here cheese gets the ultimate respect.
I'm Steve Stetler, president of Decatur Dairy. I'm a third-generation cheesemaker. I have 5 masters, Brick, Munster, Farmer's Cheese, Havarti, and Specialty Swiss. We always try to make the best cheese, and when the Europeans come in, they make such fabulous cheese that if you can get a first or win, that's fantastic.
Look at that. Right in the middle. Close to the center of the arena here. The people are judging.
My daughter cut a Swiss first time with a wire. She did pretty good. She actually kind of made me look bad.
Wisconsin is well recognized, not just in the United States, but worldwide. Phenomenal cheeses. In all my books I've written about Wisconsin. Several cheeses out of about 70 that I've tried so far. There were at least 5 of them that I thought this cheese is near perfect.
Hi, I'm Kathy Strange. I'm the global cheese buyer with Whole Foods Market. It's really a journey with cheese because many people will grow up eating cheese or some type of cheese product on sandwiches, and so there's a familiarity with that. But what's cool about it is that you can evolve your palate. Wisconsin's the largest cheese producing state in the United States, and they have a rich and storied history with development and products. Wisconsin is not simply about cheddar, but they are certainly a very wonderful cheddar producing state. But there's all types of cheese now being made in this state, and there's cheeses that have won awards throughout the world. So it's a really rich history, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Well, I judged the open category with David Lockwood, who I think is just one of my most favorite people. He's a great judge, and I learn a lot from him.
My name is David Lockwood. I'm the Managing Director of Neal's Yard Dairy in London, in the UK. We sell British and Irish cheeses in the UK to America and Europe. I love cheese, and that's why I judge cheeses. This is my second time in Madison. First time I came was 2 years ago. I love it here. It's a great competition. Wisconsin is a really interesting case in that I think there's so much going on here. There are people who are challenging to do new things. There are people who have been producing the same cheese for a long time, but then they come here and they see something new and they think, how can I work that in? And I think it's really a strong culture.
Well, my name is Marieke Penteman. Well, I'm from Holland. We started about 5 years ago at the Marieke Gouda in Thorpe, Wisconsin. On 22nd of November 2006, I made my very first batch. And now about 5 years later, we won over 50 awards. The first time we entered 2 years ago, we actually won a second place in the Gouda category. It's an awesome, very high quality contest. They actually advertise in the Netherlands with this Madison, Wisconsin World Cheese Competition. So it has a big impact. And if you see how many different people from all over the country with different nationalities are here, I think we should be very proud here in Wisconsin to have something like this going on.
So we're here with Marieke Penteman of Holland's Family Cheese on the farmstead that makes the award-winning Holland's Family Cheese, Marieke Gouda. A lot of work on the farmstead, isn't there?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of work. It's a 24/7 thing. It's something, we live on the farm, so we hear every cow that is mooning when it wants to have a little calf.
And we have one of your newborns here. How old?
It's just a couple hours old now.
Oh, just darling. And about how many cows do you have on the farm right now?
We have about 800 cows, and yeah, they need a lot of love, tender, and care, of course. This is where it all begins. It starts with a little calf that are just born and grow up to a beautiful Gouda cow. This is where the milk comes from. Cow comfort is very important. If a cow doesn't feel happy, the farmer isn't happy either, and neither the cheesemaker. You see the cow over there? She is under the cow brush. Look how happy she is. She's stretching out. Every pen has one.
So Marieke, when I am doing cheese education around the country about what's going on in Wisconsin, many times I use your cheese because I have them taste it, and the flavor, and even though it's mild, there's so much complexity. And I use that to tell the story about the farmstead cheese operation.
So I always say we have the circle complete here, you know. Within 5 hours after the cow has been milked, that milk goes straight through a pipeline under the ground into a cheese vat. And we have to cool down the milk. So how often does that happen? It's still warm from the cow's body temperature. So we have about 4,000 wheels in here. The first two rows are fresh cheeses. You can see the cheeses in the brine over here. And this is where we're flipping the cheeses. We take the cheese out and we turn them around. You see how sensitive it still is? That's why in a production room it's very warm too. You don't want to scare it with coldness or something. So what happens is when we get them out of the brine, they get here and we start coating the cheeses. So this you can see too is just coated.
So how many total varieties are you making now?
We have about 20 different varieties, different flavors. But again, it's one basic recipe, and at the end of the making process, we add the flavors to it, like the honey clover, pesto basil, all kinds of it. Today we made a wine one, just one wheel to test. And these are our regular cheeses. So this is a pretty old one, and so it's more than a year old. We have one, a huge one, the Mammoth. It's actually sold, but that one is made on the 1st of December 2006. But yeah, and look how heavy it is.
Wow. So this is a double
we call
size?
it the Mammoth.
Is this a double or a triple?
Yeah, it's it's 35 pounds.
Okay. Well, you're surrounded by beautiful farms of all kinds, and I know that they supply many of the cheesemakers in the area. But it's a great story that you have your own animals, that you're making the cheese here right on the farm, and winning awards for fantastic cheese.
Yes, we're very fortunate to be here.
All right, 1, 2, cheese. Tablecloth.
All right, for this round of judging, we're going to judge a little bit, we're going to score a little bit different than we did on the first round. On the first round, you took points away, okay? On this scoring, we're going to add points. So you're going to have a score sheet like this, everything will be on paper, you'll have a clipboard with one of these on. Now, on the flavor, you can give up to 50 points, so it's got a perfect flavor, it can have 50 points. These cheeses have all made it this far for a reason. They've all been selected by you folks. So we don't expect anything to come in here with a score of 25 or 30 or something like that. These are all good cheeses what you have here on these tables, okay?
Today we had our preliminary final round competition in order to produce the top 16 cheeses out of the entire contest. 16 of the best cheeses in the world.
Well, we just discovered that we are one of the final 16 on a world championship. So that's an amazing feeling to be in the top 16 of the world against so many good cheeses from all over the world. Very proud of it. We'll see how the judges are gonna judge it, but to be in the top 16 is amazing. This is already my champion.
Marike, I saw a lot of your cheese today in the contest, and they all look wonderful. They look beautiful. They look like this. So, can you give the world all your secrets?
No, I
didn't think you would. Okay. Would you, though, at least describe the flavor in here for this one? I believe it's a smoked?
It's a smoked,
okay.
And very, well, I'm from Holland, so I have to, my words are not always perfect, but very distinctive flavor. I think it's a well-balanced flavor between the smoked and the plain. It has it's smooth and creamy, and it gives a kind of a caramel flavor to it. And with the bite of the smoked, we don't add a smoked flavor to the cheeses. We actually let the cheese. We smoke it out somewhere.
So you place it in a smoker, and it's not a liquid smoke.
So I have to give the smoker some credit to it too.
Yeah.
He did a very well balance.
So no liquid smoke.
No liquid smoke. It's
I think I knew
smoked.
that because I actually saw the marks from the smoker. Congratulations. This is fun to be a part of this and to see your success. 5 years after starting to make cheese, you're making some of the best cheeses in the world, as proven, in the United States and in the world. So
well, thank you, Tim.
Congratulations.
That's a big compliment from you.
Bet.
Our prestigious team of judges, 40 judges from all over the world, have been judging these cheeses one by one and have come up with the top award winner from each category, which will be judged this evening. Cheese number 1 in the smear ripened semi-soft cheese category is Windsor Casa from Switzerland. Cheese number 2 in the smear ripened hard cheese category is Tete de Moine. The next cheese in the Havarti category is from Master Cheesemaker from Wisconsin, Steve Stetler. In the reduced fat soft and semi-soft cheese, Vermeer, Team Chanderen. And finally, Marique Gouda Smoked, Holland's Family Cheese Team, Thorpe, Wisconsin. At this point, all the judges will try each one of these cheeses, and you can watch them do their work.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here tonight. I'm going to announce third place, second runner-up to the world champion. It is the Appenzeller Kass, made by Carl German, Appenzeller Kass, Appenzell, Switzerland. All right, let's go to the second best cheese in the world. First runner-up. It's the smear-ripened semi-soft cheese Winterkäse, made by Adrian Meyer at Kasserei Grünbach. Kasserei Grünbach is in Waterville, Switzerland. Two Swiss. And now the world champion cheese. For 2012, there's a lot of cheesemakers in the room holding their breath. Here we go. It is the Vermeer, made by Team Steernden, Friesland Campina, in Wolvega, Netherlands.
My name is Peter Piersma. I'm by myself over here representing Friesland Campina. I'm very happy that the traditional Dutch cheese has been chosen World Championship 2012.
I thought the winner was very deserving, was without fault, and although I didn't pick it as the winner, it was a great win.
I think that Americans are really appreciating cheese now. I know Wisconsin does. There's no doubt about it. You always have. And I think that Americans are catching up. I'm very proud. I would like to see an American somewhere in that top 3, but they did show in the final 16. You'll see more in the future, I'm sure.
You know, it is really, really hard to beat a good Swiss Appenzeller or a good Swiss Emmentaler or a Dutch Gouda. I mean, that's just the way that it is. These folks have been making cheese for hundreds of years longer than we have. The cheese just sort of runs in their blood. And I think, you know, in the United States, the specialty cheese industry is really, it's just beginning. You know, we're maybe 20 years old, whereas over there, they're 400 years old. So we're making really, really good cheese here. And I think that came out in the fact that, you know, we had quite a few U.S. cheeses in this final round, 5 from Wisconsin, which is absolutely stunning. I don't think that's ever happened before, that we've had 5 from Wisconsin in the final round. It's a good day to be from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin Foodie is made possible by underwriting support from the following companies: the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, Travel Wisconsin, Outpost Natural Foods Co-op, Wollersheim Winery, Altera Coffee Roasters, and Something Special from Wisconsin. This episode of Wisconsin Foodie is now available on DVD through wisconsinfoodie.com. There, you will also find articles, recipes, events, and past episodes. You can also like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and watch other content through YouTube and Vimeo. Wisconsin Foodie would like to thank the following major underwriters for their support: Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, representing the dairy farm families of Wisconsin who fostered a proud history with generations of family-owned dairy farms, working to sustain the state's economy through job growth and providing acclaimed cheeses and other dairy products. For more information on Wisconsin dairy, visit eatwisconsincheese.com.